KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
All right, KUAM Sports coming back at you like we never left. I have the pleasure of being joined by someone very, very familiar to Guam's athletic community and a fellow Simon Sanchez Shark, I must say, as he is representing his gear right there. We're both wearing black, but Jay Casimiro, a fixture of the Guam basketball community, playing the game the right way, and been playing for a very, very long time. So, Jay, half a day, man. Good to see you, my friend.
How you doing there, Jason?
Good, man. Let's talk about exactly what got you into the game, because I know people that love Guam basketball and even spectators that go out there and they watch they watch Business League, they watch Team Judiciary play, they watch alumni teams play and everything like that. You're one of a core group of guys who's always out there playing at various levels. So what first got you into the game?
Man, honestly, Ben Whitaker, he was our high school quarterback as well, and he kind of just dragged me around with him everywhere we went. And once I started playing, yeah, killer athlete. He still hoops, man. He was with us in these last Golden Hoops as well as the alumni tourney. So, And then once I started playing, it's just something I really enjoy, man. It's a great workout. Good for your health, I assume.
Oh, yeah. Now, what's always been interesting about you is, even though you're a few years after I was up at Sanchez and everything, is you kind of, and interesting you're talking about Ben and football, right? Because you've kind of got the body of maybe like a strong safety or a linebacker, but you kind of play that hybrid game in basketball of, what's now really popular in college or the NBA, where you get stretch fours and stretch fives. And even though, are you naturally like a forward or a guard? You could play in the backcourt, but, you've never been afraid to go in and, bang around with the big boys.
Yeah. I think probably a small forward would be my best fit. I'm undersized, definitely, at all those positions. The game's evolved today, so everyone shoots 3-pointers, which is different. I miss the 90s NBA physical basketball, throw the ball down into the post and then go inside out. Now come down the court, everyone, even on a fast break, we're pulling up for three. Not saying it's bad, it's just different.
Yeah. How has your own game changed as you've gotten older? Because we're productive members of society. We've got families, we've got jobs, we've got mortgages, we've got village fiestas and whatnot and everything like that. So we can't play the way we once did. But how have you actually had to evolve your game and change your game as the years go on?
I think I'm just lucky and was never fast, so I never really slowed down. I've always been slow since the beginning.
No, you can fly, man. I've seen you on some fast breaks.
Honestly, Jace, I think it really comes down to basketball IQ. I mean, of course, athletic capability and speed, height, strength all matter, but sometimes you could just outsmart your opponent, whether they're bigger, faster. Just playing, let the game come to you, And I've never claimed to be good. Those were your words, sir.
You always had really, really good game. And I appreciate, Jay, how you brought up the fact about being mentally strong, because one thing that even guys that play against you, they may not like it in the middle of the game, but they do respect it, is you've also never been afraid to try and get inside somebody's head. And, you've been known to talk a little bit on the court and everything. So how does that factor into your game? I mean, you're a really, really nice guy off the court. Everybody knows that, but, you're a fierce competitor.
Yeah. Sometimes psychological warfare can pay off dividends, if you can get into someone, try and get them out the game. But like you said, at the end of it, we're all friends. We all hang out. It might look like a very vicious battle and people saying things they might not mean, but at the end, there's always a mutual respect. But I probably would never back down from anybody on the court, honestly. And I've taken my share of butt whippings, I guess would be the proper term.
That's a good way to keep you humble.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, I've had the pleasure of covering, you and some of the teams you played with and against, and everybody says, what makes Jay unique is even though he's really, really intense and, he can, pull the best out of all of us, they say you're a really, really great teammate. And, some of the that you've played with, Reggie Rechebong, who was actually the MVP of the league that just wrapped up and everything. He's always had a lot of praise for you. So talk about what you bring to the game as far as, trying to be a good teammate and fit into a system when you're out there with four other guys.
on that note, Reggie is a beast, man. He did get MVP in that last tourney over there at the Golden Hoops. That is a killer dude, man. His game is just phenomenal. But basketball is a team sport. We need each other. No matter what it is. Whether it's spacing or just giving them a pat on the back, like, hey, don't worry about it, man. Shake it off. Come down, we'll get them on the next one. But you can't. There's 5 guys on the floor, and you got another 10 on the bench probably. So you got to stick together and operate as a unit. I mean, you can have days. Some people are divas. No one will ever admit it. We're grown men, but some people are divas, and sometimes you got to deal with different attitudes and personalities. But at the end of the day, you don't really have to like each other. We just have to come in and try and accomplish a win. Very
true. Now, one thing we all have as athletes, and they really stressed this, like at Sanchez when we were there in the athletic program, was making sure that you pass down the lessons that were passed to you either from upperclassmen or a good coach or the athletic director or a teammate to the next generation and everything. So what's always been your approach to if you see a young person who's just getting involved in the game, or you have like a young teammate and everything like that, is trying to get them mentally prepared so that they can be the best that they can, kind of like the way that Ben took you under his wing.
Yeah, definitely. This year we actually picked up the reigning MVP, Jerfic. He's about 18, probably 19. I think he just graduated. And it's an interesting question because when you see a lot of young people, there's always everybody wants to tell you something, So it's hard. It's like, do you listen to everybody? Do I jump in and do I chime in? I'm actually not too vocal in those aspects. I just come in every now and then with, a sentence here or there. But I never really try to tell anybody what to do. We can come back and go ahead and review a play and say, hey, maybe try things different this way, slow it down a little bit. But the one thing I'm very impressed with still is that the younger boys are still very respectful. I was fearing that the way society's changed, we might lose a little bit of that because certain things you did when we were that age, you'd probably just get hit in the mouth and they'd drag you off the court and the adults would keep playing, But I mean, I try to drop knowledge. I just, at the same time, I don't want to make them feel like I'm telling them what to do. I'm not acting like I know everything, but a lot of that's just play by play or game by game,
Well, you lead by example too, right?
I try to, but like I said, there's a lot of different personalities on basketball teams, a lot of different personalities, but chemistry is probably the most important. And, as a cohesive group is good. I like to get together with the guys outside of basketball. You'll have some boba, hang out, chit chat, talk about the family. And with the Justice League, a lot of us have been playing together probably over a decade,
Yeah.
Godfathers to each other's parents, pretty much family.
Well, tell me how it's like to play for, former Chief Justice Robert Torres, because I mean, he's your biggest fan, your biggest critic. I've seen him on the sidelines and everything like that, and he will hold you guys accountable. At the same time, like he'll be there, like cheering you on, and at the same time, I mean, this is your boss on the side. I mean, this is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Guam.
Yes. As of today, he is the Chief Justice again, actually.
Yep.
But yeah, he's right. The head of the operation. He's the brains and he's the leader of it all. And he's not afraid to tell you what you did wrong, But like you said about passing down knowledge, he's been around. He was a killer SPG athlete, He
loves sports. Yeah.
Dude, he's played soccer, and to this day, he's not gonna quit. And then that's just another great example. We're gonna go in, even if all odds are against us, we're not gonna give up. We just go out, try our best, play hard, But I have a lot of love for RJT, man. He's a great guy.
And one thing I've always seen him do with you guys is I've seen you guys be down, 2 minutes to go, maybe down 6-7 points, and he'll bring everybody in and he'll huddle you guys and he'll be yelling at each and every one of you. And then at the end, he's like, all right, all hands in. And he always says together, because he's like, we're not going to get this done just one of us and everything. It's got to be all 12 guys.
Yeah, definitely, man. He knows how to put us in our place and rile us up at the same time.
Okay, final question, Jay. It's going to be a long time until you stop playing, obviously, because you're still playing at a really, really high level, and you've always been like, everybody on Guam knows it. Like, you're one of the most fun guys to watch out there. When you finally hang up your lace, or when you finally hang up the shoes for the last time, right? What do you want people to remember about Jay Casimiro's game and what you contributed to Guam basketball?
I'm never hanging them up, man. I'm gonna die. You're gonna have to drag me off the court, Jason.
There you go.
I'm never hanging it up, you know. But
well, they got Masters leagues too, and you know.
You're very good for my ego. You're gonna make me blush, man, with all these awesome compliments, man. And I just play the game right, you know. All heart, all sharks, you know.
There you go. Okay, bonus question. What is the game meant to you as you've gotten, as you've grown up here, as you've matured here, as you've become, an adult on Guam and everything like that? What has the game meant to your life?
Ball is life, man. I mean, if my wife watches this, we're gonna be in trouble. But I love the game, dude. Like, it's a good release. It's a good exercise. You get to meet a lot of people, man. That's why I try to promote sports, any sport. It doesn't matter what it is, basketball to tennis, anything, it helps you learn things, camaraderie, leadership, Basketball intelligence can carry over to intelligence in life, I tell some people, you're not that smart off the court and it shows on the court. But, in a joking way, of course, everybody's wonderful. But yeah, I mean, it's everything, dude. If I don't play, even if it's just street ball and I miss ball for a week, I get cranky, man. I have to, it's my sweat. I don't get to go to the gym all the time and lift weights and do CrossFit and all that fun stuff. I don't have that high metabolism like you have. You stayed slender your whole life. So
I just don't eat.
Is that what it is? Yeah, that's kind of the diet I'm going for now. What are you having? Just water, please.
Yeah, well, my secret is my tapeworms have tapeworms.
Tapeworms are a good diet. I hear those work, man.
Yeah. Hey, but man, again, we've always been like a fan of yours, and now that we know like what your plan is and everything, we look forward to you playing for a really, really long time and playing the game like the right way. So you're a valued member of our sports community. I
appreciate the love so much, man. Thank you, Jason.
All right, absolutely. Jay Casimiro, a fixture of Guam basketball. So, Jay, Happy New Year to you, man.
Happy New Year.
All right.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.